the beat kicks in, and that's when you know, straight away, we're back on F1 2011. Welcome back, guys, to the continuation from F1 2010. This is F1 2011. Wow, I just can't believe we're back on F1 2011. This is the first time I've actually done a career mode on this series, or on this game, for my YouTube channel. After this, that's it. I've done a career mode on every single game. I can't wait to get started on this series. Smash that like button if you want to see a full series of this. All 19 races. I believe there's 19 races. And if I remember correctly, this is the game that literally made you feel like you were Superman. Welcome to F1 2011 pre-season at Catalunya. Now that we're not on F1 2015 anymore, we can finally get away from Crofty.
Thanks for giving up your time and welcome to Formula One. My name's David Croft and I've been getting lots of tweets from your fans at home who want to know a bit more about you. So let's start off with your full name and your nationality.
From Nagya Nugidij.
Now, you were rumoured to have several contract offers on the table. Can you finally confirm who you're going to be driving for this season?
So now comes the very interesting choice. It's going to shape the rest of this career mode. I put a lot of thought into this, and since I'm doing a faster team on F1 2015, I want to go back to my roots. Go back to a series called the Cucumber Challenge. That's right, we're going to drive for HRT.
Finally, following on from a pretty intensive pre-season test, you must be itching to get your F1 career underway in Melbourne. What are your expectations heading into your first season?
To finish. That's literally it.
Great stuff. I look forward to seeing just how you get on in Australia. So good luck.
Cheers, mate. See you in 4 years' time. HRT signed Benjamin Daly. According to a new posting in the HRT website, Colin Coles, probably butchered that name, has revealed that they have a new signed F1 newcomer called Benjamin Daly as a driver for the forthcoming season. Well, these guys don't remember what happened in the previous season. Talking about 2010, if you want to go check it out, I'll leave a link to the full playlist of F1 2010 career mode. You guys can go check that out after this video is done. Many in the paddock will have not heard of Benjamin Daly, so it's something of a gamble by the HRT team. Okay, we'll see about that. Would you look at that, lads? Formula One has some new rules. They've got this fancy new rear wing system called DRS. What does that do? Yeah, you can really get into a jam during these freaking cutscenes and the loading menus. This music is intense. Nah, but really, this is a really good game. You compare it to 2015, and the immersion that this game puts you into compared to recent titles is actually really good. So here we are for the paddock for Melbourne, the very first round of the season. Our season objective is to finish in 21st place. Well, if I'm going to be completely honest, I want to finish in the top 10, maybe even top 5. I have a feeling that the AI, once again, on this game, are not very challenging, so I think we can get regular points. It's just down to us not making mistakes. So once again with F1 2011, we have the caravan type deal set up where you've got your laptop, you can check emails, you can select your helmet. I don't believe we have an agent this time around. Obviously, being an HRT, we can't afford an agent. So looking through most of these helmets, they're pretty much all the same right through from F1 2011 to 2014. They only sort of added to the helmets that they had. But I'm going to go with number 19. This is the one I used back in my ARL days. It gave me a little bit of luck. So hopefully this season at F1 2011, it can somehow bring me some luck once again. Let's check some emails, shall we? All look fairly normal. I got no spam emails. Where's the... No, normally you check your emails and you get a prize saying you've won $5 million. Enter your bank account details here. Come on, this isn't realistic. Alright, enough faffing about. It's time to start our very first round on F1 2011. It's going to be my home race in Australia. I don't know if I'm going to pretend I'm driving as Narayan Karthikeyan or not, but we are in the HRT, so essentially it is the Cucumber Challenge. Actually, Narain Karthikeyan might be my teammate. I'm not too sure yet on that one. I really hope he is. That'd just be the dream lineup right there. It's time for the first race in Melbourne. I think it's the moment of truth. We're about to find out who our teammate is at HRT. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Actually, no. We can check via the monitor. Oh, it's Liotzi! No. No. How could you replace Narain Karthikeyan, the driving god? He is the man responsible. What? Okay. I wasn't really going anywhere with that story. He's probably responsible for the demise of HRT, but we won't go there. Narain, if you're watching this, you're a legend. Let's take a quick look at the setup, and I don't believe I've saved one. Do I? No, I don't have a saved setup. But I do remember what the setup sort of worked like back on F1 2011 when I was doing league racing. Now this game is completely different to every single F1 game that you guys probably will have seen. You've got to go with high aero for this game because the apex speed that you can carry into these corners on this game is immense. It's incredible. So you go with high front wings, high rear wings as well. If you go with a high front wing and don't put up the rear wing, then you're just going to be so unstable and you're going to spin out everywhere. That's something you've got to remember. Now, the suspension, the front spring stiffness and the rear spring stiffness. There was a glitch in the early days of this game coming out. If you put this on 11 and also the rear on 11, it'll give you like a 2 to 3 second advantage in terms of lap time. It gave you so much more grip, it was ridiculous, but don't worry, they patched it after a few months there. In terms of the gearbox, you want to make like an upward staircase until you get to about 4th gear, and then 5th, you want to ease it off and lower it down because you want to keep the revs nice and high because the top speeds on this game aren't really that great, so that's why you have a lower top end gear, if that makes sense. 8 engines to choose from on this game, so we can, hopefully HRT aren't going to switch out engines without me noticing. Alignment, you want to move your camber all the way to the left, toe all the way to the right. That one's pretty obvious. And that is pretty much the setup. We're going to go out on track now and we're going to test this car, test the handling model. Hopefully I'm not too bad of a driver on this game. If you can't tell already, I am sick as well, so I apologize about that. It's happened again somehow, but we'll push through, we'll deal with it. It's time to drive this car. I'm not looking forward to this. Oh, this feels very, very different. Oh my god, I'm literally putting around like a HRT driver would. And it's just painful. It just is. Come on, you HRT. Get through these corners. Oh, hitting that apex beautifully. The second part, ignore that. Ignore all of that. Sorry. Cheers. Well, we won't be able to replace any of these bits on the car for the rest of the year. People are going to laugh at my driving right now. But then come to the end of the season and I'm... No, it's going to blow up before then, why bother? But then come the end of the season, I'm going to be an absolute driving god, winning every single race, you wait. Coming up to the line, are we going to get anywhere apart from last? Not really, because the only person who's behind us would be Perez, who retired. Oh my god. Remember how I said I was going to win races by the end of the season? No. Alright, so that's about all the practice I need. It's time to head into qualifying where we're obviously going to put this HRT on pole. Oh, it's raining. Don't give me that. I love this song. I've recently started to get back into it again. Just get up and go! Yeah, okay, I don't want to listen to that song for too long because we'll run out of practice time, qualifying time. Yeah. This ain't my first rodeo. And would you look at that, it's raining. It's starting to rain. Oh, lads, if we get a good lap in now, and the AI don't, it's Pole City for HRT. Where is my curse? I've just realised I've been driving this car for about 20 minutes now, and I've only just realised We don't have Kers. Oh, don't lose the back end. This thing is scary. It has no stability. I'm too scared to go through corners with the DRS open. It's bad enough just going through high-speed corners at all. Truly, there ain't no trains at this station. Get out of the way. Oh, come on. Get through the corner, you piece of shit. Come on. Final corner. Open the DRS. Hopefully we're running fast revs. I really can't tell the difference between fast and lean, but we go position 8. Not bad. Oh, and we return to the garage. And we're dropping by the second. It's P19. Does anyone want to make that P20? This lap is already so much better. Final corner. Let's open the DRS. I think we're going to be near the top 10 here. That's how much of an improvement it's going to be.
You seem to be losing a little time in sector 3.
We improved by 1.8 seconds. And we only move up 1 position. Oh, come on this time. P16. Come on, this has been another good lap. I continue to find improvements. How much will it give me on my final flying lap? We get overtaken by the pole sitter. And we improve. But we only stay P19. We're only just, like, slower than everyone else in normal cars. I mean, we've absolutely smashed our teammate and all the other bottom 3 teams. But that's about all I could get out of the car today. Overall, I don't think that was a terrible qualifying session. That's probably where I was supposed to qualify, but the pace is there. We've just got to unlock it. It's going to take a few races for us to pick up the speed, but I know it's there, and I know we can score points. So, without further ado, let's start the very first race of F1 2011 Career Mode. Jeez. I don't know, my driver looks pretty crazy right there. I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go, but here we go. Ready for the very first race of F1 2011 Career Mode. And away we go for the Australian Grand Prix. It looks like an okay start. I'll try and be quiet as we head into turn 1. We're already losing positions. The aim is just to move up as far as we can in the early stages of this race. I have no idea what the AI are like in terms of racecraft. So this first lap is going to be very interesting for me, and for all of you guys watching too. Up the inside of a whole heap of cars, now we're into P13. Lewis Hamilton. P11 I think he was just then. We've got Alonso right in front of us as well, so we've got some very quick cars buried in the pack. If we can stay with them, then we can gain some positions as well. It looks like early on this HRT is about as fast as a McLaren Honda in a straight line. Up the inside of Alonso, possibly. Yes, we get the move done, and into P13. Alonso comes back at us, though. Now, for this race, or for this season, rather, we're doing 30% races. And that race length is very interesting because you can get away... Sorry about the corner cut. You can get away with doing 1 stops at most tracks, but I think sometimes you may even need to do 2 stops. So it's right on the verge of doing an alternate strategy. That's why I've chosen this race length. And also, for future episodes, I also want to get in more than 1 race in 1 episode. So that's why the race length is exactly what it is. Oh, here comes Kobayashi. He's going to go around the outside. This is going to be tight. I'm going to try and hold it, though, up the inside. Just. The racing in this episode, I think, has been very good. I wasn't expecting this kind of challenge from the AI. I was expecting it to be a lot more like F1 2010. Almost lost the back end there through the fast XS section. That was scary. There's a big train of cars in front of us. I'm just sort of lapping at the same pace at the moment. We're giving up all of our time through the straights. People are in the pits now on lap 4. If they're coming in this early, they could be 2-stopping. If everyone 2-stops, then that could really bring us into the game in this race. Yep, cheers, engineer. I don't care right now. I'm not going to get within 1 second of someone. I'm not going to catch anyone. Engineer telling me to use DRS if I have it. Does it look like I'm catching anyone? Does it look like I'm going to overtake anyone? No. So, shut up.
Webber's really going for it. He just put up a new fastest lap.
Webber's setting 125.2s. I'm setting 29 zeros. 4 seconds off the pace. It's going to be 5 seconds now. Looks like lots of cars are in the pits now. We're going to put it up to fast, and most of these guys are...
Ready for you at the end of this lap. Hit this lap.
Most of these guys are a pit stop in front of us. I think they might be the leaders, not too sure, but I'm really hoping on these guys doing 2 stops. Into the pits now on lap 7 for our one and only pit stop. There's only one person I can see that's carried on, I think, maybe 1 or 2. But apart from that, it's looking like we're battling for a spot just outside the top 10. Hopefully, and this is a big hopefully, a lot of other people are coming in for 1 extra stop. Our first stop, though, is going to be a little bit slow. We've got a front wing change. But our first stop for HRT, 7 seconds. About what I expected. And it's P18 at the moment. It's not looking good, but hopefully a lot more people come in for their stop. Uh-oh. This is a really embarrassing crash. We exit the pit lane, take a little bit too much grass, cold tyres, and we spin into Paul di Resta. That's where I paused it. I wanted to see a replay of what happened. I'm not too sure if we lost our front wing, but we'll find... Yes, we have. That is fantastic news. So, I'm not too sure what we're going to do now. Are we going to stay out with a broken front wing and prime tyres, or are we going to come in...
Our data's showing that engine temperatures are looking good.
Yep, thank you. Or are we going to come in and put on a set of option tyres? I'm not too sure on that one. I think for the moment we may as well stay out. It's going to be line ball battling our teammate to rejoin the track. And I'm going to have to leave him some space there. Yeah, we just get him into P17. Could you imagine the scenes if we lose to our teammate in round 1? Getting beaten by a HRT teammate. I don't think I'd ever live it down. Oh, we're getting the warning for blue flags. No. What? Oh.
Looks like the stewards have awarded
Are you serious? Are you actually serious? You don't give up the position, or you don't surrender to the blue flags within 5 seconds, and you get a penalty. On the plus side, Mark Webber is winning the race, and he's probably going to bring this one home for Australians. That was one thing Webber was never able to do. He was never able to win in front of his home crowd. Every year, the Australian media would hype up Mark Webber. Is he going to win it this year? Nope. Our last hope now is Daniel Ricciardo. And with the Red Bull as it is right now, then yeah, not so sure that's going to be happening for a while. Yeah, I know, but I'm faster than him. I mean, no, that's a lie. I'm not faster than him. Okay, let's pull over. Rosberg, see you later, son. Alright, just fly past me, son. Just go around the outside. It's fine. Schumacher, come on. You're in a Mercedes. It's easy. I mean, come on. I'm a HRT. I shouldn't be that hard to pass. Well, this first episode has gone down really well, hasn't it?
Looks like the car ahead has a puncture.
Really? He looks like he's fine to me. Oh, he's talking about teammate Glock. Ugh. What was I thinking? Okay. So we might actually get another spot back. And we're going to score another 0 more points than what position we're in now. Lovely. We've got DRS, lads! Let's see the supreme force of this Cosworth engine inside this HRT. We're going to hit an enormous 299 kilometers an hour. That is just uncharted territory for the HRT. Give yourselves a clap. This is just an engineering masterpiece. Why do you lie to me, Codemasters? Timo Glock was 16 seconds up the road before the last lap, and he would have had to make a pit stop, otherwise his puncture would have lost him a minute if he would have stayed out. But apparently the gap is still relatively the same. Doesn't matter though anyway, because we got a bunch of penalties for ignoring blue flags. I seem to have a bit of a problem with that, and that's consistent throughout all of my career modes, I guess. Mark Webber, you are a Grand Prix winner. Meanwhile, I'm doing burnouts through the penultimate corner. Coming up to the line, I am really giving the Australian home fans something to cheer about. It is P17 in a HRT. Oh, can we move on to F1 2012? Oh boy. 1 lap down and 40 seconds worth of penalties for that race. Why did I choose the HRT? This is definitely going to be a challenge. There's no doubt about that. But there we go. 17th place in the Australian Grand Prix. Mark Webber gives the Australian fans something to cheer about finally. Here's won his home race. Nico Rosberg home in second. Valtteri Bottas. Vitaly Petrov home in third place for Lotus Renault. Very good drive from him. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, smash that like button to show your support for the series. Obviously, the more likes we get, the more motivated I'll be to get out these episodes quicker. Don't worry, the rest of this season should get better as we do more races because I'll get used to this game a little bit more. I'll probably unlock better things to do with the setup. I definitely need to wind back the aero to give us a bit more straight line speed, so there's definitely a lot more room for improvement, and I see myself getting points very, very soon. So once again, guys, thanks again for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys for my next video very soon. Oh my god. And after a race like that, we are still cheering. HRT, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Crofty's back.
Tell me, what are your hopes and aspirations for the current season? And do you have any personal objectives that you want to achieve?
I'll just be trying to be competitive. Yeah, I'll just be trying to beat one person. I don't know. Yeah, competitive. That's probably what I want to aim for in this season. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Where you think I might finish in the driver's standings. If anyone says first, then you're lying.
I get the feeling both you and the team were looking for a better result this weekend. So were there problems getting the car hooked up at this circuit?
Yep, the team just couldn't get the setup right. I mean, it was all their fault. I mean, I drove perfectly. It's the team's fault, obviously. What are you looking at? I'm a HRT driver. I mean, you probably be earning more money than me.